This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Up to August 17th, the dog days of summer continue. Let's get the first alert forecast now from our friend John Scalzi.
Boy, it is true. I tell you, and another warm one shaping up for today as well. Heat index is up near 100 degrees. Yesterday, we had a rain chance of about 30%. That was up from the 20% that we had the day before. And today, I think we'll raise it another 10% as we march towards our more typical average rainfall chances of about 50% as we head into the second half of this weekend. For today, we'll watch for a mix of sun and clouds to start off the day, followed by increasing rain showers as we head into the afternoon. And then into the late afternoon and evening, I think we'll see much more coverage as the showers and thunderstorms begin to drift into inland areas. Right now, not a whole lot out there, but yesterday we got a smattering of showers here and there. Some localized heavy rain as the storm motion was pretty slow, but for the most part, not everybody got a lot of rainfall. Today's daytime high coming in at around 90. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Big buildup on State Road 70 already this morning. In the eastbound lanes around Lockwood Ridge, the Publix Plaza there, also 15th Street East, slow down there. In the northbound lane, farther south into Sarasota County. Only problem there we see is just south of Stickney Point Road, where you head south on 41 toward Beneva. Otherwise pretty clear. South County all clear at 5:02 on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this morning, we're learning new details after a 15-year-old boy is life-flighted to All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg after being hit by a car while riding his bike to school.
This is actually the third time in 3 days that a student was hit by a car in Sarasota County. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick is live now from Pineview School where the latest accident happened. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Troopers say the boy was trying to cross Old Venice Road right out front of Pineview School here when he was hit by a car. Troopers are asking both students and drivers to be extra careful on their rides to work and school this morning. For those students riding their bikes to school, troopers are asking that they always wear a helmet and, of course, look both ways before crossing any street. Children are also asked to dismount their bike when they cross the road. Troopers say students should always be crossing at a safe spot, which means an intersection or a crosswalk. Drivers, as you approach a school zone or even a bus stop, troopers are asking that you look around and pay attention as students are walking and riding their bikes to and from school.
As a child, they should be following the directions of the sidewalk and following in the direction of traffic. However, these are kids, and quite frequently, they are not doing this. So it's our responsibility as the adults, as the driver, that we're looking out for them. And that way, the kids will safely make it to school, and then you're going to make it to your destination without incident.
The teen that was hit here in Osprey yesterday was not wearing a helmet. Troopers say he's in serious condition this morning. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess.
In other Suncoast news this morning, we're learning new information on the Aqua by the Bay development project that was once again in front of Manatee County commissioners yesterday.
As our Rick Adams tells us, commissioners have yet to vote.
Dozens of people had a chance to have their voices heard in front of Manatee County commissioners on Wednesday. Some who support the Aqua by the Bay project and some who oppose it. Larry Grossman stood outside of the meeting with other protesters who are against the project.
It endangers the natural shoreline, 2.5 miles of shoreline, mangroves.
Aqua by the Bay would sit on 529 acres on El Conquistador Parkway near Sarasota Bay. It would feature many homes and buildings of all different sizes. It's a proposed project that has its developer, Carlos Baruf of Medallion Home, very excited.
We believe that it's transformational for this county, and we think it'll be an award-winning community when we're up and running. So we're hopeful that they will approve it.
In addition to environmental concerns, the other big issue is the height of the buildings. Developers say the 4 tallest buildings proposed will be between 95 and 145 feet tall and will sit at least 3,700 feet from any home. Former Manatee County Commissioner Joe McClash has a big problem with the height of the buildings that are being proposed.
Manatee County should be at that unique place that we maintain our natural coastline, and that's what our goals and policies are, and this totally
disrupts that.
The Manatee County Planning Commission recently rejected the proposed project. Despite all the hurdles, Baroof still remains optimistic.
Areas of West Manatee County that are not on the water are in decline. And the only way you're going to transform that is by creating a project that drives investment, so people start gentrification of their neighborhoods again.
This discussion will pick up on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
New this morning, a major in the Florida Highway Patrol is resigning. 3 weeks ago, Mark Welsh told troopers to issue an average of 2 tickets per hour. He resigned hours after Attorney General Pam Bondi called the instructions stupid. Welsh has been in law enforcement for 35 years. He leaves a job that paid $117,000. FHP says they don't want any quotas.
A fatal crash overnight delayed drivers in Sarasota, but the roads are now back open on Colonial Drive near Clark Road. The Florida Highway Patrol responded to an intersection after a vehicle crash that witnesses say involved a pedestrian. Troopers responded to the incident around 9 p.m. last night. First responders tried to save the victim's life, but the pedestrian was pronounced dead at the scene. His or her identity has not yet been released.
Concerns surrounding Venice's drinking water once again surfacing. Last month, an independent website published an article accusing the city of Venice of having poor drinking water and a number of policy violations. At the time, the city tested the water and disagreed with the claims. Just to be sure, some city council members are asking the city manager to hire an outside investigator. The city manager pushed back, concerned about spending public dollars. But according to the assistant city manager, they've now changed their minds.
If we need to go the extra mile to prove to everybody that, hey, we are not in violation, our water's safe to drink, we probably ought to consider doing that.
That outside investigator is expected to cost taxpayers several $1,000s. The issue will be discussed at next week's city council meeting.
We have an update this morning for you on a story we've been following for a few months now. After more than a year of complaints over drainage issues at a Cortez Road shopping center, Manatee County officials say they are working on a second round of repairs. Unfortunately for Cortez Plaza East businesses, the damage may have already been done. Business owners say their stores are suffering as they wait for their parking lot filled with potholes to get fixed. Repairs were finally made in July of 2017, just a few months ago after a drainage pipe collapsed more than a year ago. Just weeks after Tropical Storm Emily came through the area, the heavy rain created several more potholes.
A lot of customers they'll try to find us, and then when we start telling them which directions they have to go and all the detours and stuff, they just don't even come.
Manatee County officials say the problems will be fixed, but it may take several weeks as additional material to make the repairs are ordered. We'll take a closer look at this drainage issue next hour, right here on ABC 7.
A Manatee County jury found a Bradenton man guilty of armed robbery. This man, 25-year-old Trayvon Montgomery, was one of 4 people who held up some homeowners overnight on 22nd Court East in Parrish. He'll be sentenced in about 5 weeks. The sentence could range from 10 years to life in prison.
Sarasota police have arrested a man for allegedly selling drugs and syringes to day laborers in downtown Sarasota. Undercover detectives say 45-year-old Calvin Butler, the man on your screen, sold workers in the area cocaine, opioids, and drug paraphernalia. Butler was also arrested by Sarasota police this past April.
Our narcotics officers arrested Calvin Butler in April, and he bonded out of bonded out of jail on those charges. And while he was out of jail, he, during the month of July, conducted 4 separate undercover operation narcotics deals with our officers once again.
Detectives describe Butler as a big mover and shaker in the local drug community.
An investigation is underway into why a pickup truck rear-ended a Manatee County transit bus last night. It happened on 6th Avenue East in Bradenton. At least 1 person was injured. No word yet what led to the accident.
New developments this morning after a 6-hour standoff in Manatee County ends with a peaceful arrest. Sheriff's deputies went to a home on Bayshore Road in Palmetto to investigate a domestic battery call. When they arrived, the man they wanted to speak to refused to come out, and they believed he was armed. SWAT surrounded the home as a precaution, and some nearby schools were also put on lockdown.
We never really felt there was the potential for a lot of danger to people in the community. We just want to make sure. The school board made the decision to lock down some of the schools that are in this vicinity. We never really felt like he was a threat to those schools, but that's a decision that the schools themselves make.
Negotiators finally convinced the man to end the standoff, and he was arrested. He now faces aggravated battery and possible kidnapping charges. The woman inside the house was able to get out safely and is okay.
The state of Florida is refusing to invest in Venezuela during the internal issues in that country. Governor Rick Scott and trustees of the state's $150 billion pension plan have voted to bar investments that could support the regime of President Nicolas Maduro. Scott's proposal won't have an immediate impact. Florida's pension plan does not currently invest in any companies or securities controlled or owned in Venezuela. 5:11 right now on your Thursday morning, and the beat goes on. Hot out there.
Oh boy, is it ever. Yeah, yesterday afternoon another warm one, and it looks like today you will probably get a few more cooling showers around later in the afternoon, which is a good thing.
Right.
But it's still going to be awful steamy. Yeah.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic, and our Linda Carson looks into the lives of some thrill-seeking yacht racers here on the Suncoast.
And later in the hour, we go back live to Osprey for the latest on a student hit by a car near the Pineview School. That story at 5:33.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
I love these sunrise shots. I'll tell you what, Laura Wachowski sent this one in to my Facebook page, John Scalzi ABC 7, of a Bradenton sunrise. Says she's a loyal viewer of the morning show. We sure do thank you for your support. And this is indeed a gorgeous shot. I particularly like the way the colors reflect off the lake. It's really pretty. We have across our region this morning another steamy start to the day with 78 degrees the air temperature and a dew point coming in at 75. 90% relative humidity to start off your morning. We have an east wind blowing in at about 5. That east wind kind of part of a land breeze taking showers and pushing them out toward Gulf waters. And Really no issue for coastal regions this morning in terms of any showers over the next hour or so. 80 degrees in Inglewood and Venice, 82 degrees at Longboat Key, 78 at Lakewood Ranch, 70 Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, 78 in Parrish, and Bradenton comes in at 78 as well. We've got some thunderstorm activity way out in the Gulf, and you may be able to see that from land this morning. If you live right along the immediate coast, take a look out toward Gulf waters, and you may see a flash or two of lightning out there. Otherwise, very quiet across the Suncoast. Don't expect to see too much develop during these morning hours. Maybe around 10, 11 o'clock, you might get a little brief sprinkle along the coastline as we start to work in that circulation that will lead to our sea breeze early on in the afternoon and then move most of the activity into inland areas. It's going to be kind of a typical summertime day today. We'll get showers and thunderstorms that build along the sea breeze front and move into inland areas. A trough of low pressure located back to the west will advance in this direction. High pressure will be our weather driver over the next several days, forcing most of the activity into inland areas along with sea breeze front collisions. And that's where the heaviest of the rain will fall today and tomorrow. And then maybe some slightly drier air down the road might try to work its way into the picture for the weekend, for part of the weekend anyway, before we return to more typical rainfall chances. A sun cloud mix today, afternoon thunderstorms, watch for those. And then, of course, we're watching the tropics, watching them very carefully. We have a area of dry air here indicated by tan at mid and upper levels of the atmosphere on our water vapor imagery. And that drier air will work its way closer to the state of Florida over the next 24 hours, reducing our rain chances temporarily as we end up our work week. Rainfall futurecast shows those scattered showers by mid-morning developing along the coastline, and then by afternoon becoming a little stronger and moving into inland areas. Could get some pretty good thunder boomers around here a little bit later on in the afternoon and into the early evening hours before they all dissipate away. And yes, we are watching the tropics very carefully. There's a couple of areas. Of course, Gert continues to drift out into the open waters of the Atlantic. Again, that's not a big issue for the United States, but there are two tropical waves that we continue to monitor. This one, given about a 60% chance of development, will continue on a forecast track that should carry it well south of us. That's not too much of a worry. This second area of low pressure, this second tropical wave, is one we'll have to watch very carefully as we head into next week. I really do advise you to keep abreast of what happens with that system as we head into the weekend. Too early to tell whether it will impact the state of Florida. It may recurve out into the open waters of the Atlantic. It may tag into some upper level winds that are a little bit hostile as it moves slightly further north, or it may encounter some drier air, which will limit its development. But in any event, there certainly is a cluster of computer models showing it heading up toward at least the Bahamas as we head into next week. So certainly one to watch as we head into the weekend. Forecast calls for a 40% chance of showers today. We'll reduce it for a couple of days Friday and Saturday, kick it back up on Sunday. And we're back into a typical weather pattern Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is inland storms that drift back toward the coast as they die out. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, it looks like State Road 70 heading east and westbound, seeing your biggest slowdowns in Manatee County. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Pretty quiet throughout Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on 41 heading southbound, specifically as you head past the Stickney Point Bridge and also down by the Bayfront. I think that there is some construction going on over by the Nurse and Sailor statue. And as we head into South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. Just some slowdowns heading northbound on Business 41. 5:19 this morning, and a group of about 60 people, many of them retired, have found a new thrill in life that challenges them and gives them a way to help their community.
Our Linda Carson shows us the Sarasota Model Yacht Club.
3, 2, 1.
The 21-year-old Sarasota Model Yacht Sailing Club is one of the largest clubs of its kind in the country.
What lures you to do this is the competition and the chance to compete against other guys that sail, because you probably sailed a good part of your life, or at least like to sail. But what keeps you with the club is the friendships that you make and the camaraderie that we generate as a group.
The small boats have to meet certain criteria.
These are a model of a Soling sailboat, which is a full-size boat. It's a class boat, which means that they all have the same hull, sail size, mast height, etc.
Their captains control them from shore.
There's a radio that allows you to control the two sails simultaneously and the rudder.
And while the control is simplistic, the tuning of the boat and the operation of the boat is not so simplistic.
A lot of these guys are expert sailors.
I've sailed big boats probably for 40 years. I'm the old timer in the club, one of them. And I've sailed remote control boats probably for 15 years.
And he says this club was the main reason he and his wife decided to retire to Sarasota. The model yachts attracted Craig's attention too when he first moved here 3 years ago.
2 weeks after we arrived, I showed up at the lake, just always curious about radio control sailboating. And within 10 minutes, I had a transmitter in my hand and I was sailing a boat, or at least pretending to, and I was hooked.
It fills a void in his life.
As a lifelong sailor who no longer owns a big boat, this is a great alternative and provides a fellowship that, big boats don't always provide. That can be more of a solo experience.
It's okay if you're a novice.
We have a mentoring program for those who are new to the club or maybe have never even sailed. We match them up with a more veteran sailor and spend a couple of months or more helping them get used to sailing, learning how to tune a boat, learning the rules of sailing.
And there's a guy in the club who buys used boats and fixes them up, and he can repair boats. He can also help you get a boat to race.
It's a great opportunity and a great place for guys and gals to come who want to get on the water quickly and learn sailing or continue their love of sailing.
The Sarasota Model Yacht Club sails Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings here at Benderson Park, and they would love to have new members. They'll even have somebody teach you to sail one of these boats and build and maintain one. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Can't imagine how hard it would be to move that little thing all over the place and control it.
I guess after a while they get used to
Yeah.
it, but what a nice peaceful hobby.
Yeah.
Good fellowship, and one fellow moved here for this local club. People move here for all different reasons.
Well, very true.
5:22 right now, still heading Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you about a man who sold his Nintendo video game collection for $20,000.
And coming up at 5:30, new details involving a Florida man accused of plotting to bomb a Jewish center. Stay with us, those stories and more when we come back.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
Oh, yeah. Back to school photos it is. Look who it is, little Jacqueline Matter.
Oh, I had to be the first one to go on this, huh? Look at that haircut.
Blonde hair.
Yes.
All right.
I had some awful bangs.
Oh, look at that
man.
guy. Real hair.
Graduation day for you.
Wasn't the first day of school, it's the last day of school up in Buffalo. I've not worn the outfit since.
Well, I know you always get those outfits and then you're like, I'm going to keep this. And then you're like, it just sits in a closet.
I didn't keep that at all.
Yeah.
Well, there's how you can send us your pictures. We'd love to see your pictures. There's 3 different addresses for you.
That's for sure. Send us your sunset pictures, sunrise pictures, anything you're doing this weekend. Or if your kids are still going back to school, we'd love to feature some of those right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
5:25 right now on your Thursday morning.
A new lower price for a monthly movie pass is ruffling some feathers in the movie theater industry.
ABC's Diane Macedo and Ryan Smith have details.
In today's Tech Bites, Google Home rolls out a new hands-free calling feature.
You can now place voice calls with a smart speaker without using your cell phone. The calls are made through your Wi-Fi connection. And for homes with multiple users, it can recognize each voice.
Ooh. Well, the new ESPN app for Apple TV could be a sports fanatic's dream.
This is great. It allows you to watch up to 4 live streams at one time, whether it's on a main channel or one of its digital-only streams, just in time for college football, too.
Woohoo!
And Super Mario has helped a Wisconsin man pick up a super payday. Charles Amble's old collection of Nintendo video games has earned him 20 grand.
He sold 750 games on eBay. Amble says he started collecting them when he was a kid, but picked it up as a hobby later in life. He paid as little as $1 for many of those games.
Way to get paid.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Safelite Auto Glass.
No one loves a road trip like your furry sidekick. So when your side glass gets damaged, trust Safelite Auto Glass to fix it fast. It's easy. Just bring it to us or let us come to you. And we'll get you back on the road.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Because we care about you and your co-pilot.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Knock out your sinus symptoms with Vicks Sinex. The ultrafine mist starts working instantly to deliver up to 12 hours of get fast relief with Vicks Sinex.
If you use denture paste instead of Seabond seals, your dentures may not hold as strong all day. Only Seabond has gradual release technology, so it holds 75% stronger all day versus the leading paste without the ooze. Seabond, stronger hold all day.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why is
heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, 3 students involved in 3 accidents the first 3 days of school in Sarasota County. We'll have a live report from the Pineview School.
Plus, the search continues this morning for 5 soldiers after a Black Hawk helicopter crashes off the coast of Hawaii.
And a Bay Area politician wants to be your next governor. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And a pleasant good morning. We're up to Thursday, August 17th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. John, I have a question for you. We've been talking a lot about the solar eclipse, schools having certain regulations, people looking for these glasses everywhere. What do you do if you're driving during this time period? Do you have any idea?
What do you do if you're driving? Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people pulling off to the side of the road,
Right.
I think, to watch the eclipse if they have the glasses.
Should you, not be driving during that time period? Would your eyes get,
it's fine. Yeah, you can drive. It would be absolutely fine. You will notice some pretty rapidly changing light levels as you drive, though. It'll be kind of cool. Within a space of just a couple of minutes, you'll see going from an afternoon to kind of a dim afternoon, very dim afternoon. So it'll be like a whole big thick bank of clouds rolled in all of a sudden. So it'd be kind of neat, actually. It'd be beautiful. You'll probably want to pull off to the side of the road, though, and take a peek. There'll be a lot of that going on. As far as our weather goes, we have a few clouds out in Gulf waters, a few showers out in Gulf waters, but that's about it. Morning commute should be rain-free. During the afternoon, though, better chances of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Daytime highs come in about 90. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. State Road 70 is a little slow in the eastbound lanes as you cross over Lockwood Ridge. Otherwise, pretty good. Sarasota County checking mostly clear. A little slowdowns there on Bee Ridge Road. And farther south, we'll see nothing to speak of at 5:33 almost on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this hour, a 15-year-old boy is life flighted to All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg after being hit by a car while riding his bike to school.
After 3 days of classes in Sarasota County, 3 students have been hit by cars. Let's go live now to the Pineview School. We've got Jess Dowdrick live at the school. Jess, good morning.
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Troopers say that the teen was trying to cross Old Venice Road right in front of the school when he was hit by a car yesterday morning. Now, troopers are asking both students and drivers to pay extra attention as they're heading to work and school this morning. For those students riding their bikes to school, troopers are asking that they always wear a helmet and, of course, look both ways before crossing any street. Children are also asked to dismount their bike when they cross the road. Troopers say students should always be crossing at a safe spot, which means an intersection or a crosswalk. Drivers, as you approach a school zone or even a bus stop, troopers are asking that you look around and pay attention as students are walking and riding their bikes to and from school.
So not only is it the responsibility of these children who are on the bikes who have a tendency to make bad decisions, we have to make sure that all of us as adults are paying attention, most certainly in the morning and then between 2 and 4 o'clock when the kids are getting out of school.
Troopers say that the teen was not wearing a helmet yesterday when he was hit by the car. He is in serious condition this morning. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess.
Now to the latest from Charlottesville, Virginia, where hundreds of people gathered last night to march for peace. The crowd holding a vigil for Heather Heyer, who died when a car plowed into a group of counter-protesters at that white nationalist rally.
The victim's mother spoke at that vigil. ABC's Emily Rao has the story.
But still, like dust, I'll rise.
Less than a week after chaos and hate filled the streets of Charlottesville, hundreds gathered once again. But this time, in the name of peace.
We're here to take back the lawn from this student generation.
The candlelight vigil after an emotional memorial for Heather Heyer, the 32-year-old woman killed in that horrific car attack.
No father should have to do this.
Heyer's father and mother speaking out.
They tried to kill my child to shut her up. Well, guess what? You just magnified her.
The show of support coming as President Trump continues to lose backing from the business community.
I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides.
Those comments setting off another wave of backlash. Trump, who sold himself as the businessman president, forced to shut down his major business advisory councils amid an exodus of corporate leaders. A key advisory council of top CEOs from powerhouse companies like Pepsi, GE, IBM, and Walmart even voting to disband, informing President Trump, who quickly tweeted, "Rather than putting pressure on the business people of the Manufacturing Council and strategy and policy reform, I am ending both. Thank you all." The CEO of Apple announced $1 million donation for 2 different civil rights groups, telling employees that he disagrees with President Trump's comments. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
5 U.S. soldiers are missing this morning after an Army helicopter crashed off the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Officials said they lost contact with a UH-60 Blackhawk late Tuesday during a routine training mission. Since then, helicopters and boats have been searching the surrounding area. What appears to be fuselage and a helmet were found in a debris field. Meanwhile, the search is still underway. And the Powerball jackpot has climbed to $510 million. This was after no winners came forward for the $430 million jackpot. This is the 19th straight time the drawing has come up flat. Multi-million-dollar payout has been growing since June 10th. The current jackpot of $510 million would be the 8th largest in U.S. history. Winning numbers will be drawn on Saturday, and if you win it right, you're sharing with me.
We'll talk. More than 1,000 neglected animals were found on a property in Monterey, California. Investigators found malnourished cows and goats and sheep, even an injured goose. The property owner is now facing several charges and a $1,000-a-day fine until he plays by the rules.
An update now on leaked surveillance footage showing a mass shooting at a Florida airport. Broward County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Dingman has been charged with copying a videotape of the January shooting at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport and then giving it to TMZ. That video shows Esteban Santiago fatally shooting 5 people and wounding 6 others. Investigators say Dingman used his cell phone to record the video from a sergeant's computer before sending it to TMZ.
New developments involving a Florida man accused of plotting to bomb a Jewish center during Passover. James Medina pleaded guilty to a federal hate crime and a charge of attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction. Police say Medina admitted to planning to attack a Jewish center in Hollywood, Florida. He was arrested last year after approaching the center with a fake bomb that was provided by an undercover FBI informant. FBI recordings show Medina allegedly supported the terror group ISIS and claimed an obligation to attack Jews in the U.S.
Some sad news from SeaWorld in San Diego this morning. The company says 42-year-old Kasatka has died. Kasatka is shown here in this photo from your left, the 4th one from your left. SeaWorld San Diego says the female killer whale was euthanized on Tuesday night. Kasatka was reportedly being treated for lung disease, but her health and appetite took a turn for the worse in recent days. Kasatka is the 3rd orca to die at a SeaWorld Marine Park this year. 3-month-old Kiara also passed away in San Diego last month, and 35-year-old Tilikum died back in January at SeaWorld Orlando. SeaWorld now says they have 21 orcas left in its 3 locations in San Diego, Orlando, and San Antonio. The company announced it would do away with its killer whale breeding program last year in the wake of CNN's 2013 documentary, Blackfish.
Back on dry land, a new contender has entered the race for Florida governor. Republican State Senator Jack Latvala of Clearwater kicked off his campaign yesterday. The 65-year-old is considered a moderate Republican. He is the 2nd major GOP candidate to enter the race after the more conservative-leaning Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam. Latvala made appearances yesterday in South Florida, Clearwater, and also in the Panhandle.
The future of Florida's newly appointed chief financial officer is up in the air. Jimmy Patronis has started a political action committee, but says he still hasn't decided if he will run for the cabinet office next year. Patronis attended his first cabinet meeting as CFO yesterday, briefly discussing his future.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm praying about it. I'm talking to my family a lot, but you know, I'll make a decision real soon.
Governor Rick Scott appointed Patronis back in June to finish the term of former CFO Jeff Atwater, who resigned to take a position at Florida Atlantic University. So far, former Democratic State Senator Jeremy Ring is the only candidate who has formally entered next year's race for CFO.
After 2 more executives quit President Trump's manufacturing council, the president has dropped having a council at all. This is all in response to the president's response to last weekend's violence in Virginia. The heads of Campbell's Soup and 3M were the latest to resign. Tuesday, the president said he had many replacements to fill those seats of others who had quit, and then a day later dropped the council altogether. It is 5:41 on your Thursday morning, so yeah, Monday, not more than just a little dark sky. Animals might get confused. Streetlights will go on. Jacqueline puts her headlights on in the car, right?
Well, you know, I think in totality that will certainly be true in that little 60-mile-an-hour strip where we really go into darkness.
Right.
Here, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see exactly how the animals respond to a darkening of the sky, not a complete darkness.
Right. I think I overheard you say yesterday in the newsroom that you were finding glasses that they're not anywhere, and you found some on Amazon for almost $100-some-odd. I vaguely overheard you saying something like that.
Well, yeah, the prices have really skyrocketed over the last week. They really have, and they're selling 5-packs as opposed to individual glasses.
Wow.
So the prices are steep for those things.
I'm being asked everywhere, where do you get glasses?
Yeah,
I
don't know now.
Yeah.
At this point, it's hard.
It really
but there are
is.
other ways to view the eclipse, though, so don't let that, you know, completely dissuade you from enjoying the experience. You can make little pinhole viewers and things that are great. We'll talk about the forecast for Monday coming up in just a second.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic. And stress may debilitate many of us, but a new study says there may be a hidden benefit to all of that worrying.
We'll give you one less thing to be anxious about up next in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess?
You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Meteorologist John Scalzi.
Again, a warm, steamy start to the morning with 78-degree air temperature. We have a little bit of fair weather cloudiness out there, but a lot of blue sky as well, and we'll see plenty of sunshine to start off your morning. We have a dew point value coming in at 75 and an east wind coming in lightly at about 5 today as well. Very light wind flow actually across the region, leading to some, again, slower moving storms, somewhat erratic movement in the storms as they develop later in the afternoon. Outflow boundaries will collide and showers will pop up here and there, but most of the activity will be in inland areas. Right now, it's 77 degrees, 77 in Arcadia, 78 degrees in Myakka in inland locations, with Northport at 78, Parrish at 79, Lakewood Ranch at 79. Then you get along the coastline and things are a little bit warmer with 80 degrees in Venice, 81 degrees in Inglewood, and 83 degrees at Longboat Key. Got some showers out in the Gulf waters. They'll continue to slowly drift out into the open waters or else just rain out in place. These are not going to be a bother to us this morning. I think this morning we have pretty quiet conditions prevailing right straight through the mid-morning hours anyway. By the time we get to mid-morning or late morning, we might see a shower or two popping up along the coastline. Then we'll see everything kind of drift inland once again today, where the shower and thunderstorm activity will become a little bit more erratic. Frontal boundary back to the west continues to produce some fairly heavy rainfall for the heartland and down into the parts of the deep south and the open plains. That frontal boundary gradually progresses toward the east. We don't get a whole lot of that action, but we do see this high pressure ridge eventually try to lift a little bit further to the north. As we head into the weekend, I think what we will see will be, first of all, a little drier air, reducing rainfall chances temporarily. And then this high kind of lifting to the north a little bit. As that happens, we'll start to establish a more defined easterly wind. And that will tend to take the showers and thunderstorms which do form in the center of the state and drive them back toward the coast as they die out. Something that's pretty typical for this time of year and something which will probably occur starting on Monday, Eclipse Day, when we'll start to see a little bit more cloud cover in the afternoon. And by the way, eclipse maximum is at 2:51 in the afternoon. Sun cloud mix, afternoon thunderstorms today. We're watching the tropics very carefully, of course. There's that little bit of drier air that's on its way that will reduce rainfall chances for us for a couple of days, Friday and Saturday. You'll see that reflected in the extended range forecast with a slight drop in our rainfall chances. And then on Sunday, a slug of moisture boosts our rainfall chances again to about 50%. And as we head into next work week, we establish that easterly wind and west mover storms, which is typical. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Looking really quiet throughout Manatee County this morning at 5:49. Other than that, in Sarasota County, looking like there are a few slowdowns on Clark Road, Bee Ridge Road, and over towards downtown Sarasota, but not a whole lot to be concerned about this morning. And South County looking pretty quiet as well. This morning in Health Smart, if you think you're always anxious and stressed out, you may now have one less thing to worry about, which is some good news.
Oh, that's good news, isn't it? A study published in Psychological Science, which I think you receive, it argues that being a little neurotic may keep you alive a little longer. Kim Hutcherson has the story in today's Health Minute.
Negative thinking is a hallmark of neurotic behavior, which is usually associated with stress, anxiety, depression, and obsessive compulsions. Conventional wisdom is that this behavior will negatively influence your health and could shorten your life. But researchers at the University of Southampton think there's a link between neurosis and longevity. They found something odd while looking at the self-reported health and behavioral data from more than 500,000 residents of the United Kingdom. People who rated their own health poorly and reported higher levels of neuroticism had a lower likelihood of premature death. Even stranger, researchers found neurotic people aren't necessarily taking better care of themselves. They're more likely to smoke and drink alcohol, and they don't always eat their fruits and veggies. So what's the link? The team concluded neurotic people are more vigilant about their health. While the data is limited and the scientific link between neurosis and longevity is slim, seeing your healthcare provider regularly is key to a long life. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
All right, one less thing to worry about then, right?
There we go.
10 to 6 right now. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update your day's top local news headlines. And this hotel in Singapore is upping its room service with a high-tech robot.
Oh, fancy. And he's not the only robot on staff. We'll have more when we come back.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
That's the scene right now from the Rosemary District, looking south toward downtown Sarasota on this Thursday morning.
Looks pretty quiet out there right now, but obviously roads will pick up as the morning commute gets underway.
Yes, they will.
5:54 this morning. Let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast.
A 15-year-old Pineview student was hit by a car Wednesday while biking to school on Old Venice Road. He was bay-flighted to All Children's Hospital with serious injuries. No charges have been filed.
Plus, a Manatee County jury found a man guilty of armed robbery. 25-year-old Trayvon Montgomery will be sentenced next month for the incident at a house 2 years ago in Parrish.
And Clearwater State Senator Jack Latvala announced plans to run for governor next year. He made appearances in South Florida, the Bay Area, and the Panhandle.
Finally, this hour, there's a hotel in Singapore that's going the extra mile when it comes to customer service. The M Social Hotel has Aura, a room service robot. Officials say the robot's goal is to deliver amenities to hotel guests. Now, more robots are in the works for the hotel, including one that will be able to cook various kinds of eggs. Interesting. Well, don't worry, hotel execs say the robots will not replace human employees. Could you imagine if you were at a hotel and you saw that thing beep bopping around?
I like that more for two reasons. You know why? No awkward small talk and no tipping.
That is true.
Well,
I like it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, maybe, who knows, maybe these robots will unionize and ask for benefits, and
there you go.
They'll want some tipping at the door.
Yeah.
If you want to get all of your requests fulfilled.
Insert credit card right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of hotels are going to be getting rid of room service in favor of these robots.
You think it's going to
eventually
catch
down the
on?
road.
Interesting.
20 years down the road.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. We'll have more local news after this. Stay with us.